Good coffee talk morning to you. OMG, my friends. I have got to talk to you about something because I hope you can hear me here. I don't, probably you cannot, but good coffee talk morning to you. I have got to talk to you about something because not only is, not only was it really strange that it happened to me because I thought I had good sense. I thought I knew better. Um, but anyway, my friends, I hope all of you got a lot of rest. I hope all of you are ready for the daggum week because for me, it has already been a crazy one. But hold on a second. Now, this is a coffee talk type morning. So I'm going to be having my coffee because I need it, haven't had it yet. And so I may not be all the way awake. Okay, my friends. So I had something that went down, and I'm like, I don't really want this to happen to anybody else, which I know that it's going to happen to, like, a lot more people. But I'm going to go ahead and get to it. So, you guys know I have had a chat with you about what I do. I'm not going to be able to hear myself. So I try not to ever leave my camera. Unfortunately, I got to turn the sound off. Okay, that will never happen again. So, you guys know I told you and I talked to you about what I do, right? And you know how, when you're a writer, when you work in film, when you work in television, that's what you need to be networking. You need to always be meeting new people. That's all that kind of stuff is extremely important, right? Okay, so I do that, and sometimes I will go. I would do it out of town. I would go to the festivals and that sort of thing. And then I do the norm. I just meet people and chat with people on social media. So what had happened was, um, hmm, I met somebody on social media. I won't say which site, but I met somebody on, and we were right away. We started getting along. We were chatting. We were talking all the time. She's an author. I'm an author. So we, had some things in common, some things that we could talk about, and just over time, we just got a little bit closer and closer and closer. No, I did not get catfished, but I feel like I did. And we ended up emailing each other back and forth all the time. And then we were finally got to a place where we were like, you know what, this emailing is a lot, right? It's too much. Let's just exchange numbers. Hmm. Okay, you have to excuse my nails because I did them the last time I was on. I was going to do them this time, but I didn't get my coffee, so I opted for coffee instead. So, my friends, so um, we were talking all the time, and we were chatting about our books, and she writes children's books. So we finally got to the part of the conversation. I shouldn't say conversation. Well, we finally started discussing um, our projects and things we were working on. Okay. So so she tells me about one of her books, and she's like, I'd like to turn, I'd like for this book to be an animation. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I was actually working on one myself. And that sort of thing. So I was like, yeah, I mean, I think that's a great idea. Um, I, write animation, love animation, but my thing is comedy. So we discuss it, we talk about it, and guys, I'm always open to helping in any way possible. That's my thing. Even if I don't know how to do something or I don't know that much about it, I am open to at least finding somebody who can, right? So that's just who I am. It's just what I do. I don't mind if I got time. I'll do it, right? So we started talking about it, and she said, I'd really like to see this um, as an animation. So finally, I was like, okay, let's see what we can do. Okay. So we decided we were just going to kind of put some ideas together. And that wasn't working because that's just something that I do. And it just wasn't working for somebody who doesn't really know very much about film and television or screenwriting or the industry and that sort of thing. So I said, all right, I'll work on a Bible. I'll work on a Bible and we'll see how that goes. If you don't know that, it's the treatment. And I'll work on it. And so I started working, you guys, sun up, sundown. Even though I have my own stuff going, my own projects, my own things that I'm doing, I still was like, okay, this is what she really wants. I like her. She's a sweetheart. I'll start doing this, right? And then I said, okay, we're getting to a point now where it's basically everything is in my hands, and this is not going to be very smart. I need to go ahead and get some documents signed. Okay, so I'm like, let's get some documents signed. So I did that. Well, I got started doing that, and I'm trying to say this, and so it doesn't make me sound like a wackadoodle. But anyway, I was like, let's get some. I didn't realize my hair was sticking. I didn't realize, why is it doing that? Anyway, sorry. It's morning time, and you guys have to get what you get and don't have a fit. Okay. Look at, why is it doing that? It's weird. But anyway, um, so I say, okay, we got to get some stuff signed because, you just have to be careful, right? You got to cover your behind. So I tried that, and we were going back and forth on that, and so happened. Sometimes things just, you sometimes you end up in a good space. Sometimes and you meet people, right timing, that sort of thing. So so happened. She met somebody that works for a network, and so we discussed it, and she discussed it. And let me tell you something. The number one thing you do not want to do is, and I know you're going to say I need to preach to myself, but don't trust everybody and don't tell everybody about your stuff and your projects. Don't be so quick to discuss everything with people. I'm just saying, just be very careful. And I'm probably going to say that a million times. Okay. So she ended up talking to somebody and talking about it, and she comes back to me. She's like, "Oh my God, they love the idea, blah blah blah." And I was just like, "Oh my God, don't do that! Don't ever do that! Don't ever do that!" No, they're just they're good people, blah blah blah. Okay, that's fine. Of course, I do my own background check because I check everybody. Hmm. I check everybody. Okay. And just trying to be careful. I know what you're thinking. Did you check her? So anyway, so everything, is going well. We get to a place where I I finally get done. And so we are now in the process of documents, and I'm trying to tell you without it being so long. But anyway, so things are working out. They're loving it, and so now we're in the phase of, these meetings and having some chats about the animation that I wrote by myself, all by myself. Um, And so since she doesn't, as I said in the very beginning, she knows absolutely, positively nothing about film and television. She just has one children's book, and I think she worked as a journalist for about 8 years or so. And this all is going down, my friends, in Los Angeles. So it's time for meetings and that sort of thing. And so I've been in lots and lots of them. I have had chats and talked to people. I know about the budget and timing and everything because I am supposed to, correct? So I'm like sharing things with her. She's like, oh my God, I've got that. I can't be there. So she's going and handling all the meetings. I know. Scary, right? So, what I'm doing, you guys, is I'm walking her through the meetings and I'm telling her what to say, what not to say, what questions to ask. And so we can sell this thing, right? We can sell it and we are going to watch it. You and I, we are going to watch this, right? On this network. So, everything is going great. And we're finally, we're obviously we had to sign documents and everything gets comes to me and we do that and yada yada, and we're very excited because things are going really well, like really well, right? And we're getting there. We're just like almost there. We have a few more things. So I don't know if you know how it goes, but you don't always just get like a yes, right? You have some things you may have to tweak. And just knowing, even if you do write something, by the time it gets to the network and their writers, they're going to have their own ideas about it as well. So it's not like you're going to hand it over and exactly what you write is going to be exactly what you watch. Okay. So let's just get that out of your head. So I knew that, I expected that, no big deal, right? So we come back and they come back and they say, this is what we want you to do. We want you to change this. We want you to change that. And let's see how this goes. And what about this character? And let's give this, that thing, those kind of meetings. So I am changing things. I'm doing whatever I'm being told to do. Correct? So this is what's going down. And everything is going smoothly. Now, we have to go to, actually, I have to go to a film festival and I invite her along. And I'm like, still to this day, I have not told you guys this part. We have not seen each other. We have never met each other face to face. But we do like, on the phone type of thing. But we never actually met each other in person. It's now a year and maybe a couple of months, and we've been working our butts off. I'm not going to say that she hasn't been working her butt off because she's doing her part. She met the person, she's going to the meetings. I'm just telling her everything to say, everything to do, everything, right? Okay. Everything at this point is starting to seem good and then iffy. So what happens is we have to go to Miami, and I tell her, I'm like, okay, we got to go to Miami. We got to go to this film festival. It's the African American Film Festival. African AF. I'm probably going to be saying it wrong, but anyway. So I invite her to go so we can finally meet each other. And but prior to this, I have to tell you this part because prior to going to Miami, I start getting these phone calls that the network is kind of feeling iffy or saying not so happy, not so good stuff about the show. So now I'm like, okay, no big deal, no problem. I'll work on whatever you guys want me to work on. I work on it, I change it, I do what I got to do. And then, so we get there, we get to Miami. All of a sudden, this chick is being like really weird, really awkward. I don't know what's up with her. She's acting like she don't want to talk to me. So we go to the festival, we have fun. I try to ignore it. And then I try to discuss it at some of the screenings and that sort of thing. So while we're there, we're still working. I'm still getting, phone calls from the network and we're working on things. And so we finally get back home, and I don't know why she was being so weird. I don't know why she was acting so strange, but I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna let this ruin Miami trip, right? So we get back and she's still being weird. And so now I'm trying to contact her and she's not answering the phone at all. She's not answering my calls. She's not answering my emails. I have no idea what's going on. All I know is I've been working my butt off and we're going to sell this thing. And this is what we decided we were going to do. So this was the agreement. So now, guys, I'm getting these phone calls. No, I'm not getting her to answer her phone calls. And finally, she answers her phone. And I'm like, well, what's going on? I thought you had a meeting with the network, and what happened? Well, she says, they said that they don't like the show. And I'm like, well, I don't understand. And they said, well, it's not good. They don't want to do it, XYZ. And I'm thinking, what happened? Like, what happened, right? So I email because I try to call. And in case you guys don't know, it's not that easy to contact these executives, and they're not just going to give their numbers out to anybody. So you got to go through this person. So I finally get the person, and I'm like, "What happened? Is there anything I can change? Like, I've got to sell this. You get what I'm saying? Like, I've got to sell this." And I'm like, "What happened? Is there anything I can change?" And she goes, "Oh, because I heard that you guys hated it, and I heard you guys, thought it was, not good, and we've come so far, and blah blah blah." So they're like, "Oh no, we never said that. We never said that we hated it. We never said any of that. We just said that we wanted you to take a look at." It was another show, like another animated series, children's series, and we wanted you to take a look at this idea and tell me what you guys think in reference to XYZ. So this has something to do with something else. And I was like, "Oh, I never got it." And they were like, "Well, we gave it to her, and we emailed it to her and gave it to her. And I guess they figured that she was just going to be whatever." So she says, "Well, I'll email it over to you right now, and you have a look at it." So I go over, I see what they're talking about and everything. And we had suggestions for things. This is all the stuff that happens, right? So anyway, my friends, what happened when I wasn't when she wasn't answering my phone calls, and when she wasn't answering my text and not returning my emails, she was in the process of changing everything. She had conversations, and she went to meetings, and she changed everything. She even changed the animated series to a bebop musical something, and actually um, basically told the executives that I basically no longer wanted to be a part of it. And I mean, made up this whole story, apologized for me not being in the meetings, knowing why I could not attend some of them, and changed everything, took my name off of the contract deal. If you're wondering, did I sue her? No, because I let it go. So, and I tell you this because there is so much ugly in film and television. Like, when you sit down and you're watching television, you have no idea what all has gone on behind the scene. So I also tell you this because you can't just be like a wackadoodle like myself and go, and now guys, we're at 2 years and about 4 months into this whole thing. So it wasn't like I just said, I'm going to do this as like a hobby or like a part-time thing, or I'm going to be halfway in with this. No, I was all in. Like, I already had been working on my own project. And not only was I working on my own project, but I put my project aside, and I was working with huge deal with a company in China. And we were really excited about one of my books. And we were saying, they were saying, I tell you what, let's just turn, instead of this being more like an animated series, how about like dolls and figurines, all just kind of fun stuff. And I literally put that whole project on hold, because I could see that she didn't have anybody, didn't know very much. And I know in this industry, especially if you're a woman, it's very easy for people to take advantage of you. And but I do think it's getting better. I believe it's getting better. As far as women in the industry, I can see it. I'm a little bit more optimistic about it, but you guys, you have no idea what it's like to see this thing, this dream, to have this thing that you, even though in the beginning it wasn't really, I didn't feel like it was my thing. I really didn't. I felt like I was kind of coming in as somebody to help. As I said in the very beginning of this whole coffee talk, I thought I was coming in as somebody who was like, all right, she didn't know very much. I'm just going to help. And then I literally kind of took it in as like my baby. And I do want to see it to the end. And I do want her to do well. And I really wanted her to look good in front of the execs, and sound good. But I think what happened was she really wanted it. Like she wanted it as bad as I did, and she was willing to do whatever she could to make sure that at the very end of it all, that the light would be on her. And so, which is the huge, like, it's a difference for the two of us, because I do it because I absolutely love everything about film and television and screenwriting and writing and playwriting. And I love all that stuff. Like I live it, I eat it, I breathe it every single day. Like after I get off, I got writing to do when I get off. But so for me, it's like that's what I wake up to do. For her, it was like I want to see my name in lights, and I don't care if I see my name in lights at all. Like that's not the thing for me. The thing for me is I get a chance and I get the opportunity to do it. But I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It hurt like crap. But so hmm, that being said, my friends, oh yeah, forgive me. I'm still on this no makeup kick. I'm not sure if I said that whenever I got started. Sorry, wrong camera. I uh, I am still on the no makeup kick, so I probably look like I'm dry, like I'm dried out. So sorry. So of course, I'm not going to tell you all that bad stuff without telling you something good, and I'm going to go because I have to interview. Her name is Laura Ford for HGTV. So I have to interview her in like an hour and a half. So I have to prep, and I'm not ready. But anyway, even though doors close on you, my wonderful friends, I want to tell you, don't let that crap bother you. So I just picked myself back up and I took a break. And because not really did I just take a break because I still write, but I was like really down, seriously, like it really crushed me. I was really hurt by it. But I don't stay down very long, my friends. So what I did was my book, I kind of took the book and I worked my butt off, went to the drawing board, and I said, I'm going to do something else, no big deal. And I turned it into a clothing line, a brand for kids. And it is to inspire children to be big readers, little authors, and something else. But of course, I can't discuss that. So I can't wait to show you guys kind of, sort of, right now, it's kind of, it's right here, but you guys are gonna see it kind of debuting, and then I'll show you where to check it out. So these are little leaders, and some of them are. I'll just show you what I'm talking about. So you get kicked down, just take that thing and turn it into something else, and keep on pushing, keep on pitching your crap, because those crazy folks out there who are just kind of out to pull you down, guess what? It's something called karma. And I have not talked to her. Oh, I got to tell you this part. I have not talked to her, didn't speak to her. It had been now 6 or 7 months, maybe. And then all of a sudden, because I blocked her from all of my social media, I blocked her from everything. Because if I didn't, I was probably going to sue her. And I don't want to sue anybody. Like it has to be really, really bad, even though that was a deal to be sued. But anyway, haven't talked to her. And then all of a sudden, I get this phone call. It's Los Angeles number. And I'm just like, okay, let me just go ahead and answer the phone, right? And she goes, hello? And I'm like, okay, who is this? And then she goes, I'm sorry. And I was like, what? Ooh, what? And then she goes, I'm sorry. And I said, for what? Still don't know who I'm talking to. And she says, I just feel like I need to be apologizing to a lot of people right now. And I just wanted to tell you. And I said, oh, and I said her name. And I said, oh, I don't have any harsh feelings towards you at all, yada, yada, because honey, I was on with my life. So I want to show you right quickly. I wasn't going to do this, but I said I have to do it because I really want to show people that stuff happened to you, get back up. Just get back up and keep on moving. I'm gonna tell you right now, I was down because it really hurt because I'm like, I'm trying to help you out. You took me off the deal, and she told them I had nothing to do with it. All I did was basically formatted it because she said she wasn't a screenwriter, so she just basically she just came in and did the format for me. What? 2 years and that's what I get. Anyway, so I got to show you, this is the girls. I love sparkles. I love everything sparkly. So I don't know if you're a guy and you're watching this like, ugh. But anyway, I got to show you. Get back up, you guys. Go to the drawing board. Turn that stuff into something else. But I got to show you. So it's called Ellen Ellie. And I'm not quite sure if you can see because, the light is kind of weird. Sorry. It's called Ellen Ellie. And it's all about little leaders. And so they're going to be more and more, but it's for babies. And I have one for boys because this is actually the brand color. So this is the one for the boys. And here is one that goes with the set for the girls, debuting right here. I mean, it is the cutest little thing. And a lot of this stuff that you see is actually in the book. Here's another one of the sweet little elephants in the book as well. And it's silver. And there's a reason why it's silver. And this is just kind of one I threw in there. I threw that one in there. And then there are two more. But it's got something else on it and I can't get into that. So I'm just telling you, and this is a whole full brand. And then there are like little pants and all kinds of little weird stuff. And so I just said, I tell you what, that was really crappy what you did to me. So I'm going to pitch this. And so we're going to be having this in some stores. And I really can't talk so much about those stores right now. They're on ellenellie.com. So if you want to go and check those out, you can check them out. But you just got to know. You just have to know that you cannot trust everybody. People are going to try to crap on you. It doesn't matter. Keep dreaming. Go, 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 and go. And show those buttholes that they did not pull you down and keep you there. And that is all for my coffee talk. I'm so excited. And the next time you guys see me, I promise to do something with my hair. And I promise to do something with my nails. And I may still not be wearing makeup. There you go. And I hope you come back to check me out. And I hope you subscribe. And please make sure you come back to check out Lauren Ford. I'm probably saying it wrong from HGTV. I'll be putting her video right here. I guess I'm not going to get into what she's going to be talking about. You just have to watch it for yourself and go back and watch the rest of my videos if you've not seen those either, because I'm a bit of a talker. Okay, I will talk to you later. I had to go live this morning because I literally barely have any time to do anything else. So my days are always booked. I'll talk to you later. Always be kind and spread love, my friends.